What's up, guys? Welcome to LoreGainz, and today we have one of the most hyped blue card and ruby cards in this set 7, or ruby steel. We got Mushu and Bell in the house. We're going to showcase them today in a battle of ruby steel versus sapphire steel. This battle is insane. It's a best of 2 versus one of my good friend Mark. After this deck list review, we're going to hop into some of those games. Guys, if you haven't already, smash that sub button. And if you want to become a member, check the description down below. And I do offer coaching now, guys. If you want to get better at games, hit me up, check out the description. Let's get it. Let's hop straight into this deck list here. So we're starting with our 1-drops, the Mulan Robin Hood Imperial Proclamation. The Robin Hood is amazing when he's challenging into characters when he's shifted. That plus the Mushu, giving it resist 2, plus gain 2 lore when it banishes a character is icing on the cake. The Mulan 1-drop is great for getting rid of those uninkable cards. Plus, she has a shift in here. She has one of her really cool shifts, and we'll get her in just a moment. The Calhoun and the Mushu are perfectly combined together. Calhoun with a resist 4 is insane. The Doc is there for draw power, and the Smee is one of the best 2-drops in the game. So that's why he's in there too. He can quest and he can challenge. I am loving the Sisu. Sisu is so good. She's also a hero. Plus, when you use a whole new world and give your opponent 7 new cards, she turns into an 8/4 3-drop character. So broken. Pete 4-drop because actions are going to be heavy in this meta. Goofy is great at closing out games, and if he banishes a character while Mushu's on the field in play, we gain 4 lore off that. The Maui because he's a very strong challenger. And the Mushu, let's read off the Mushu here. He says, whenever one of your characters challenges, they gain resist +2. And also, he gives everybody that Calhoun effect. So whenever one of your characters banishes another character in a challenge, you gain 2 lore. It's a really powerful way of getting to the finish line while controlling your opponent's board. We have the Radigan 5-drop. He is uninkable, but his ability is insane. He says, when you play this character, exert chosen opposing character with 3 strength or less, then choose one of your characters and ready them. They can't quest for the rest of this turn. If your opponent's not turning sideways, Radigan's gonna do it for you. And shout out to Phil for this recommendation. Robin Hood Shift, Maui Shark. He is one of my favorite cards right now in this deck only. I don't play red-blue, so I had to make him stand out in this cool deck. Maui Shark, here's a really cool combo. Maui Shark plus Fan the Flames plus One Last Hope. And we may or may not have popped this off in game 1. Stay tuned, check out the game, see if we pulled it off. We may or may not pulled it off. I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys. We also have the Mulan, ships for 5, 5/6, quest for 2. Her ability says, when this character challenges another character, your other characters gain. This character can challenge ready characters this turn. So, she banishes a character. Sneaky, shifting onto your Mulan. Then the rest of your characters can go in and challenge as many characters as they want. You can gain lore if you have Mushu on the field, and everyone's happy. Except for the opponent. Fan the Flame says, ready chosen character, they can't quest for the rest of this turn. That's the combo piece of the Maui Shark. Brawl to remove those pesky heroes. One Last Hope is the 3rd combo piece. And it says, chosen character gains resist +2. And if it's a hero, it can challenge ready characters. Strength and Raging Fire for removal. A Whole New World for draws. And Imperial Proclamation. Shout out to, this is Edison, for recommending this card as well, and it's been fantastic. I love this card. The ability of this card says whenever one of your characters challenges another character, you pay 1 less for the next character you play. This does stack, and it discounts your characters so much. It's inkable, it's like a lantern, but it's inkable, and it's a 1-drop. So, really cool card. And now, let's hop into our games. We have a best of 2, let's get it. All right, guys, here we go. It is game time. We did keep our Robin Hood Shift, and the Smee. The rest was post-mulligan, and we do see a Brawl, another Brawl, Fan the Flame, Strength and Raging Fire, and our Robin Hood Shift. I guess we didn't mulligan it. We drew into it, which is So we're probably going to end up playing the Smee, and instantly I regret inking the Strength of Raging Fire because it would have been nice to sing it with Shift Robin Hood instead of potentially playing that Brawl. We ink the Maui and we play out a Smee. We're going to quest him with Robin Hood because the odds of him challenging a Robin Hood are really low. He's probably not going to do it. He wants to save his Chicha so he can keep drawing cards while he's ramping. And that's exactly what he does. Nice one, Mark. Must be nice to draw all those cards. He's loaded up on the popsicles. He's ramped up to 4 inks, so next turn he can play that Cogsworth that he's hiding in his hand. Which is gonna put him in a really good spot. We ready everything up. We're gonna ink away our Fan the Flames. We play 3, and we brawl away the Chicha. I wanted to get her out of the way because just in case he plans on playing a Fishbone Quill, he's gonna ramp, gain more cards, and he's gonna leave us behind with our card advantage, and he's gonna see his outs. So when Blue Steel is ramped and has options, it's very scary. He plays out a Cogsworth, which is actually gonna be really good in this situation because he has the Bell, which is absolutely broken. And the Bell's ability says you can play this character for free by banishing an item. So easy banish on the Fortisphere, plays a 3/3 character for free. Because the popsicles and the Fortispheres replace themselves. So we're going to play out the Robin Hood. I think I could have quested here, or yeah, I think I could have quested. No, that was fine. I think what I did was fine. I wanted to save my Smee. He's going to quest him with his Bell and plays Tamatoa 6-drop with Wet, which gets him 2 items from the discard. So I didn't want to quest with the Smee because I didn't want him to take it for free. I also didn't know if he has a Zeus to take my Robin Hood. So we're going to play a P and the Smee, and we're left with a Mushu in hand, 5-cost Mushu. Oh my goodness. He has a ton of ink. He's playing out his Fortispheres and popsicles. So he's drawing. If I had a whole new world, he would be super punished here. So we draw into a dock. We have the Mushu, so we're going to play out the Mushu. He's going to give resist to our Pete. Pete's going to challenge into Tamatoa. He survives because he only takes 2 damage. Tamatoa has 4 strength. Now the Smee's going to sacrifice himself, going into the Tamatoa, and the Robin Hood's going to finish off the Tamatoa, banishes him, so we're going to gain 4 lore off of his banish, which feels really, really nice. Putting us at 8, 2 more for Smee, putting us at 10. Smee takes the damage. This is where we go vroom, vroom, and we start pushing the lore. He's going to pay 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey Dizzle. Putting our Mushu into the inkwell. We have a dock. If we can see something good, I would really like to see a whole new world with this dock. I would really like to see a whole new world. So we can refresh our hand, and he's just drawing cards. He's stacked. So we want to gain the hand advantage here. We see a Sisu, we're going to play the Sisu. We play 2 for the dock, draw 2 cards. What do we see? A whole new world and a Maui. Oh my gosh, how did I predict that? As if I had already played this before. We put away everything he had in his hand. We draw a fresh 7 cards, and we have 2 ink available to play out, probably a Smee, so we can quest in and push, but put on some pressure. You know, the cool thing here is that our Sisu is humongous. Look at Mark's hand. You guys see that? Look at his last 2 cards in his hand. So I'm feeling really comfortable here. I have a bunch of characters. I am 11, so I'm ahead on the board. There is nothing he can... Okay, cool, that's cute. Flaversham, what's that gonna do? So the worst he can do that I'm thinking here is not double swords. Something doable, something that's not out of grasp. The worst thing I'm thinking here is he can tink, or he can challenge, then play a swords, but no. He ends up singing double swords, and he takes out my whole board, just like that. Easy money, guys. So at this point, I'm thinking I'm cooked. Like, there's no way I survive. I'm way behind. I don't have a board. I have a Maui Shark. I think Maui Shark's fantastic, but he can't get me out of this one. But we do have Fan the Flames, so maybe we can set up our Maui Shark, and the following turn play Fan the Flames, get it back with Maui Shark challenge, and maybe we can take out 3 of his characters and put us in a good spot. So we play out a Calhoun, we pass turn, we're at 11 lore. Mark has a ton of ink, a bunch of characters. He can draw a bunch of cards if he has, well, not a bunch of cards, but he's gonna draw a bunch of cards with Hiram, and he can potentially draw another one with Chicha. His whiteboard is gonna be really hard to deal with. And at this point, he just has to go for game. He has to quest in, push the lore, and get as far ahead as he can. Inks the bell, inks the vision of the future, grabs a card with Chicha, so draws a card with Chicha. He's gonna pay 3, 4, 5, 6 for an Ariel, which means next turn Ariel can quest for 5, and whichever characters I don't banish can also quest in and put him ahead. It's looking really tough here, guys. He's now at 9 lore. He has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Look at that. I slow-moed it just for you guys. One last hope, which lets you challenge ready characters. Maui Shark goes into the Flaversham. We're gonna grab back. I think I should have grabbed one last hope back. Now we're gonna pay 1 for Fan the Flames. We ready our Maui Shark. Check this out, guys. Check this out. The combo in action. He has resist too, so he's taking nothing from the Flaversham and nothing from the Cogsworth. We're gonna play it again, gain in lore. Maui Shark's going to challenge into probably Ariel. He takes 1 damage. We get the action back. We're gonna redo it and cook as much of his board as we can. So we take the Hades. Imagine if Mushu was on the board and we pop this off. That would have been insane. That would have been game. Now we ready him and we go for our last challenge into Bell because we want to challenge the Chicha. We get Fan the Flames back. That was probably a mistake. We probably should have gotten back one last hope. And I should have quested first to gain the lore, then use Fan the Flames to ready our Calhoun, then challenge into the Chicha. And that would have put us at 19 lore, only 1 lore away from winning. He doesn't have anything, guys, so we take the dub. Even though we made a few misplays, we ended up clutching out the win thanks to Maui Shark and the combo. So here we go, we're on the draw again. We're gonna ink, play a Robin Hood. We have the shift and we have a 2-drop Smee that we can play on curve. This is one of our favorite curves, guys. Laying the Smee on 2 and shifting the Robin Hood on 3. So unfortunately, he sees his ramp after, or maybe he's waiting for a Fishbone Quill because he inked his cell. We're gonna play out a Smee. As long as he doesn't play a Bell, we should be chilling here. Plays a Fishbone Quill, inks a Fishbone Quill, inks a mystery card. Now he's at 4 ink. Next turn he'll be at 6. So we ink away our Super Goof. We're gonna shift into our Robin Hood and quest in for 4, putting on a lot of pressure. Smee takes a damage. What you got, Mark? What are you gonna do this turn? We do have our Mushu that we can play on turn 5. We have our Smee and our Calhoun that we can play on turn 4. Double 2-drop always feels really good. He inks a Cogsworth. What does he have that's better than Cogsworth? All right, he's gonna pass turn. He only has a Flaversham, so I'm feeling good about this situation. We have 2 ink, play out our Smee and our Calhoun, and a whole new world. I'm feeling good. Played a whole new world. We emptied out our hand, and I see him discard 2 swords. So I'm really confident about our next turn here. We quest in with Smee, putting us at 7 lore. He's gonna take a damage, and we have a lot of characters. We have a wide board. I think the best thing for him here is probably a Tink, if he goes in with a Tink, or if he tries to push the lore on his next turn. But we're putting on a lot of pressure, so he definitely has to handle a board. Our hand has a Ratigan, a Mulan, Imperial Proclamation, Doc, that Pete, a Sisu, and a Goofy. So he's questing with the Flaversham. He draws some cards, plays a Chicha. He's gonna ramp with the Fishbone Quill, triggering the Chicha, drawing him an extra card. Now he's gonna play 6 for a Tink, banishing our Smee, putting a damage on Smee and just Robin Hood because the Calhoun has resist +1, and we need to cook that Flaversham. We need to get him off the field, and we have 4 ink coming up on 5. We ink away our super goof. I think that was a mistake. I think we should have kept the super goof here. Because, yeah. Anyways, I think the super goof would have gotten us a really good advantage with Lore. At least keeping it as a closer. So we play 3, 4 for the Ratigan. We got discounted because of the Imperial Proclamation. We're going to exert the Chicha and take it with the Robin Hood. We should have taken it with the Calhoun. So that way he has to challenge into our Robin Hood and deal 2 damage to either our Calhoun or our Smee. We're going to question with Smee, putting us at 13 lore. And we play a Mulan towards the end. Mulan should have been the first thing we played to draw and see our outs and find some of our outs. We discarded the dock because we don't need him. I think we have an extra. Oh no, we have a whole new world. Tink's gonna challenge into the Calhoun and deal 2 damage to our Robin Hood. So there's a big misplay. We should have done it the other way around, so that way he challenges into a Robin Hood. He pays 3, 4, 5, 6. Tinkerbell puts him in a really good spot. That takes out our Mulan and it takes out our Smee, and just like that, he cooks pretty much our whole board. He inks with the Quill. I think we might have to go with a whole new world this next turn. We need to refresh our hand because he keeps drawing cards, and especially because he used visions. Now he has the perfect card in his hand, whatever that might be. Ink the Maui, play the Pete. We're gonna play out the Sisu and sing with Ratigan, a whole new world, discarding our One Last Hope. We can always get that back with our Maui. And look at his hand, insane. His hand was insane. All right, pass it on to him. He's definitely gonna challenge into the Ratigan. He has the Tamatoa, so now he's gonna try to control our board and try to go for game with that Tamatoa, which is gonna put a lot of pressure on. With all those items, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items in play. So that Tamatoa is going to quest in for 6 next turn. Fishbone Quill inks the card. Challenge Ratigan, 2 damage to Sisu, and then he's going to quest in with Tinkerbell. Oh, and there's a bell. And there's another bell. So now there's even more pressure on. So the play here, I think, was quest in with Sisu and the Pete, and put more pressure on. I had a few characters in hand. I think I have a double Sisu. So I could have played a double Sisu. If I quested with Sisu and Pete, I would be at 16. And with both Sisus that are in my hand, if I played those out, I would have had potentially game next turn. So I would have had more pressure. I would have put him on must clear my board rather than I have to clear his board. So we have the Mulan shift, we have the small Mulan, and we have a dock in hand. 2 Sisus on board. Sisus are pretty big, but they're also questing for 2. He quested with Tamatoa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, putting him at 6 lore. He pays 1 for another popsicle, draws a card, and those bells are probably going to quest in here. If he has a dime, we're cooked next turn. We can't survive next turn if he has a dime. So I think we have to clear out his Tamatoas. We kind of put ourselves in this situation where we have to now deal with his board. He plays a Pete, quest in for 2 with the bell. We're gonna challenge with Sisu. Now we discount our next character by 2. We have a Maui, so we're gonna pay 3 for the Maui. Slap him on the board, finish off the Tamatoa. Now we get a 2 additional ramp for our next character. So we're gonna play Doc for free, draw 2 cards, which gives us a, didn't really see it, but we're gonna challenge into the bell, and we're gonna play the big Mulan for discount. We're only gonna pay 5. So unfortunately, we're a little far, and he has the lucky dime. Yeah, so I totally messed up. I should have absolutely quested, but that was an awesome game. GG's, man. Shout out to you, Mark. Thank you for letting us record this game, and thanks for getting those proxies. Really awesome games. But guys, remember to smash that sub button. If you're not a member, a bunch of perks come with the memberships. Check the memberships down below in our description. And also coaching, guys. I do offer coaching now. So also check that out in the description. But I will see you guys next time. Peace.